What were we thinking? Check out this crazy list of 10 ads that were scientifically proven to help you with your health. Check this out. It's 7 a.m., folks. Welcome. Alrighty. Good morning, everyone. Hello. John Henry Soto here. It is April 19th, 2021. It is Monday morning. Hope you all had a wonderful weekend out there. I had a little instability in my system here. So if anybody's out there, if you're getting any strange things this morning on my feed, let me know. I appreciate it. Thank you. So I'm going to just jump right in because we have 10 different things to cover today, which I it's a different kind of show. I'm going to try to put this together. I don't know how this is going to go, but um, I just thought this was really fascinating about some of these ads that that we've put out that basically have been proven to be completely dangerous for us, but it was told to us by the professional, the experts, that this is totally fine and this is what they're selling, and people ate it up, literally. Some of the stuff. So we're gonna go and we're gonna get started with some of these. They're pretty. These are real, by the way. These aren't. Generally in throughout history, some of our vintage ads have been kind of comical because of the sexism, some of the social injustice that was around, racism, even on some of the ads. Just some incredible things on these vintage ads. But what about things that we were told were healthy for us and would help us physically, and was a complete lie, and was found out later, right? Well, just some of the these are some of them that we're going to go into cover today. There's about 10 of them. So let me see. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to share my page with y'all. Hope everybody's having a wonderful morning out there. Okay, so as you can see, this is vitamin donuts. So we're going to start off with vitamin donuts. So they're disguising basically empty calories with nutritional values. And this was an ad from 1910. I'm sorry, no, this is I'm sorry, this is a ad from 1942. It's a poster for vitamin donuts. Now, but Ovaltine as a health routine. So basically, this was put together by the people over at Ovaltine, and they somehow got people to believe that these sugar donuts, and it says right here, each donut fortified with a minimum of 25 units of vitamin B1. Now, as we all know, vitamin B1 is an incredible vitamin. It's actually really so important for us to have B1. It's almost, some people have called it like a natural Prozac. I heard somebody say, because it relaxes the body. It actually, I'm not a doctor. I'm not recommending any of this to anybody. If you're dumb enough to just take my advice, and I apologize, always consult your doctor before you're taking any advice from anyone. This is for entertainment purposes. And here we go. All right. So this is Ovaltine. So, it's basically junk food now fortified with vitamins and minerals. So that was one of the ads that they were trying to get in. That's number one. Number two is let them eat lead. So, as we all know, lead is completely poisonous for kids. Brain dysfunctions, brain damage, seizures, hypertension. It's been known, it was banned in 1977 once they kind of were like, hey, listen, this is probably not the right thing to do. But apparently, this was a family coloring book that was put together, a paint book for girls and boys, all about lead. So learn about the lead family. Unfortunately, a lot of the kids used to eat the lead when it was in the paint, because lead is actually very sweet. It has a sweet taste to it. And this is what, as we all know, what happened was The Romans were aware that lead could cause serious health problems, even madness and death. However, they were so fond of its diverse uses that they minimized the hazard it posed. Romans of yesterday, like Americans of today, equated limited exposure to lead with limited risks. They just thought, well, you know what? It's such a cool thing. Let's just put some lead out there, but let's just put a little bit of it. A little lead it can only make you a little crazy. It's not going to kill you. You can only get a little seizure. You can only get a little brain damage. And that was their justification. How about this one here, number 3? 7 Up is for babies. Again, folks, this is not, this is totally legit. This is a, a real thing. So, 7 Up is for babies. It's a little trick that makes a treat. It's a little trick that makes a treat. 7 Up in milk. Wow. So mix chilled 7 Up and cold milk in equal parts by pouring 7 Up gently into the milk. Do not stir. The 7 Up adds a light and delicious flavor, making a delicious blended food drink. Mothers know that this is a wholesome combination. Mothers know that this is a wholesome combination. How many mothers did they actually poll for this, for that comment? The addition of 7 Up gives milk a new flavor appeal that especially a flavor appeal that especially pleases children. Nothing does it like 7 Up. So there you are, giving your kids straight up sugar. And they're not even mixing it in milk in the photo. The photo is a kid just drinking it right out of the bottle. So I know it seems crazy today to feed this to a kid, but um, so now they have bans over in New York City. The Board of Head has proposed a ban over oversized sodas. I think you remember that a few years ago. I think this article is from a few years ago, which I also don't agree with. I don't think you should be banning anything. People have to make their own decisions. They have to be educated in the decisions they make, and then they go out and they make their decisions. If somebody wants to drink it knowing that it's poisonous, then let them drink it. If they get sick, they get, they're overweight, they're unhealthy, they're sluggish, they can't move. That's really a responsibility of the individual, right? We have to give people some responsibility for their actions. So I don't think it should be banned, but you definitely should not be giving it to your children. It is a type of child abuse, in my opinion. Now look at this one: cigarettes, just what the doctor ordered. Again, folks, these are not fake. Just what the doctor ordered. Now, scientific evidence on effects of smoking. Scientific evidence. So, you got to believe the science, right? And here we have much milder. Chesterfield is best for you. And right here, more doctors smoke Camels than any other cigarette. Good for you, doc. Appreciate it. So this was an ad from 1953 for Chesterfield and for Camels. Remember Camels? I guess they're still around. I've never smoked anything, so I don't know if they are or not. But anyway, doctors are smoking it, so it's got to be good. If doctors are doing it, it depends. If a doctor comes out and says cigarettes are bad for you, then that doctor is a quack, right? That's how life works today in 2021. Through the industry has been seriously weakened over the past 20 years, primarily by government regulations. Big Tobacco is still issuing misleading information in the attempt to reap a profit. That's true. So now this one, I don't even understand this one, but this apparently is having to do with this is sort of like a sexist thing. Um, but apparently, let your husband keep the real and beloved you. Be confident of your intimate feminine hygiene, not troubled with uncertainty. Another you. So there is so much wrong going on here. I can't even begin. I don't even know where to start. Apparently, they're trying to say that this woman has an inner demon of some type, and that this product, Lysol, it kills the germs and will make her a better mentally stable woman. It says domestic crisis, domestic bliss. So he has no responsibility apparently for any of this. It's all on her. And this is what the ads were back in the 50s, right after the war. The baby boomers came in. There was a lot of jobs. The country was affluent. Everyone was working. You can live on one household. People can buy homes and cars and actually live in beautiful homes and work in the city. This was actually the ideal situation at that point, which I think it was still living on one salary is still a good a thing to try to do. But they were really minimizing the work that women did at home and just making it seem like they were home all day and the man is at home deserves some kind of an award because he goes out and works all day. That's BS on both sides, right? Men and women. So, but anyway, this ad is. I mean, you can look at this ad when you have a chance. This is from a collectorsweekly.com article, the top 10 most dangerous ads. Disturbing. Okay, number 6, plastics. Plastics everywhere. So remember the big plastic craze, or everybody was investing in plastics back in the 50s, and that was a huge thing. So here's one of the ads where they wrapped kids in plastic. They wrapped these 3 kids and saying, "You see so many good things in DuPont cellophane." DuPont cellophane. So I can't read that because the writing is too small, but it says suffocating babies in cellophane. A bunch of infants tied up in a clear cellophane packaging is pretty frightening to modern viewers. But at the time, these ads were just plain cute. When these DuPont cellophane ads came out in 1950, things like plastic grocery bags weren't uh, a ambiguous part of American culture. Only after plastic bags became widespread during the 1970s did the strangulation qualities become frighteningly clear. So, yeah, a lot of kids tragically died because they were playing with plastic in the house and they suffocated. And so this ad is just frightening on so many levels. It's pretty disgusting. So here's a way to actually lose some weight. 2 delicious ways to keep yourself in trim. Meat. Just eat a lot of meat. A lot of different kinds of meat. A platter full of protein, it says here. In post World War II America, eating more red meat seemed like a great way to keep yourself in trim, at least according to these 2 ads from the 1956 and 1946. Like other food fads, this campaign was orchestrated by the American Meat Institute. How about that? A lobbying group that is still working to improve public and political opinion towards its product. Maybe that's why almost nobody in America knows that nutritionists generally recommend only 1 to 3 servings of red meat per week. And don't get the experts started on sodium nitrate in processed meats. Yeah, that's really a dangerous thing. It says here, we know that eating too much meat increases the risk of heart disease and cancer. Yet, industry trade groups are still creating food trends to spur sales and combat negative public stereotypes. Think of modern wonder foods like agave nectar or chia seeds that seem to appear from the heavens, as well as the bitterly argued corn syrup campaign. Yeah, that whole fructose, high fructose corn syrup and stuff. So anyway, this is a and again, it's lobbying groups, right, that go and they push their narrative, trying to sell their products because a lot of these big companies are publicly traded companies, which have people on the board, which are investing money into these companies, and they want their money, and they want to a return in their investment. So obviously, every year, how do you make more money if you're selling meat with any product that's publicly traded, right? How do you make more money with that product? You sell more of it the following year, and the following year you have to sell more of it. So how do you do that? You have to get lobbyists to go in there and to push that narrative and to say it's okay, it's safe, and even get some scientists and some experts to tell you that it's actually fine. But here we go with the next one, which is dieting. Try sugar. Sugar might be the willpower you need to curb your appetite. I remember thinking this at when I was a kid. that if you eat a piece of sugar after your meal, like you eat, that's why they have dessert after meal, right? You eat sugar to curb your appetite so you don't eat more, which it's still a thing today, right? People come over to your table all the time. Would you like to see the dessert menu? It's just pretty evil to have people believing that that's going to help them curb their appetite. In the time before the current widespread obesity epidemic, sugar companies wanted shoppers to believe that a sweet treat would somehow inspire you to eat less. These ads from 1969 coach readers to have a soft drink before your meal, your main meal, or a snack on some candy an hour before lunch. Their strange logic isn't even backed by a company name, though the campaign does include a helpful mailing address for sugar information. Talk about creepy. Now, refined sugar is presented as a dieter's enemy and is thought to make you want to eat more rather than less. Wow. So here's a little, let me see how I'm doing on time here. All right, we're doing pretty good on time. How's everybody doing out there? Thank you very much for watching. Appreciate it. All right. So this one is really disturbing. It's to shock your way to physical perfection. So apparently there's this machine that they were giving out so you can do electric shock treatments of your to yourself at home. It says, "Do you glow with health? Build up personality, magnetism, vitality with Virex, violet rays. Some people are dull, drab, uninteresting, and sickly. Others are vital, compelling, and magnetic. Which are you? This is all a matter of vitality and health. The greatest discovery in years is that of violet rays, electricity in a curative medical form. Violet rays put new life into overtaxed and sluggish tissues, penetrate and invigorate all the muscles and nerves of the body, give new tone and vitality to the entire body. Learn the secret of physical perfection." So here's a send for free book and free trial offers. So apparently it's not a cheap thing, it's pretty expensive. But here you have this ad, and it says here in 1922, violet rays were said to cure pretty much anything that ailed you. This Virex device plugged into a light socket so users could give themselves home shock treatments, which would supposedly make you vital, compelling, and magnetic. Various recalls and lawsuits erupted throughout the US. Yeah, forcing the FDA. Oh, thank you, FDA. I appreciate you guys really taking concern. It forced them, right? Because beforehand they'd had no idea. Well, if you shock yourself at home, you should be totally okay. It's not a problem. Let's prove that. But now, because people are lawsuits and there's money involved and they're losing money, it forced the FDA to finally prohibit their manufacture. The last batch of violet ray products was seized in 1951. Seized, so that means that they had to go in and take. Just Google light therapy to find a wide range of infrared, infrared devices who claims to prevent anything from aging to anxiety. Sounds pretty damn familiar, doesn't it? They're out there still. And number 10 is DDT is good for you and me. This is what it says. DDT is good for you and me. So here, this one is just almost. This one, it's almost evil. Actually, it's really, they have the woman here feeding the baby. They have the meat, the beautiful vegetables, looking everything, and they have these pen salt chemicals that basically is the chemicals that they put on the on our food, basically, and it's complete poisonous. I mean, it's complete, and it's evil the way they're presenting it. I mean, look at this nice picture of the cow smiling. It looks like a really low budget version of the Wizard of Oz, with evil intention. So it says this ad for Penn salt chemicals from 1947 shows a wide range of dangerous applications for now illegal DDT, from agriculture sprays to household pesticides, particularly Disturbing is the image of a mother and infant above, and the caption stating that DDT helps make healthier, more comfortable homes. Not quite. While effective in eliminating dangerous mosquitoes that carry malaria, DDT also has various of hazard effects, especially among young children. The chemical has been shown to damage the nervous, immune, endocrine, and neurological systems, not to mention its devastating influence on the natural environment. The spread of DDT across mid-century America is mirrored today by the success of Monsanto, one of the companies that originally manufactured DDT, in placing its genetically modified products on store shelves before researchers have a full understanding of their larger ecological impacts. So there you have it, folks. DDT is good for me. So those are the 10 things that what the heck were we thinking when we were actually promoting these things. So uh, anyway, it just shows you sometimes that you have to kind of wait for the impact of something that's being put out to see what the results are, and to see what the intention of the manufacturers are really are. Generally, what I've history has shown, not my opinion, just history has shown. If you study history, you'll be able to find that on your own. History has shown that profits really push the narrative of people, to say whatever they need to say to make the profits. Profits motivates the actions of these large corporations and small corporations and doctors and scientists, and they're all lobbied and they're all trying to make a profit, which making profit is fine. Nothing wrong with making some green, um but at the expense of people dying and people getting sick and people losing their an opportunity to have a successful and healthy life. I think that that's a crime, and I just wanted to do this episode because I thought I read this article and I just dove in a little bit and I was like, I wonder if there was anything else. There's another one that I'm going to do probably next week that has to do with some of the drugs that we were being given, looking at about 60, 70 years ago. And that actually has some pretty incredible things. So I thought these were interesting. I hope you found them interesting. You can go check that article out as well. The article is from a publication called collectorsweekly.com, and the article is called The Top 10 Most Dangerous Ads. So you can look that up on your own if you want to read that, or if you want to read some more on, there is some more information on that site as well. But that is all for me this morning, folks. I want to thank you for tuning in. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me this morning, and make today great. Do the things that you love and take care of yourselves. And I will see you all tomorrow morning. Thank you very much. And as always, peace.